the next 2 hours with us. And I will just say this to start the week. We hope you enjoy the weekend's music, because you're going to be hearing it a lot over the next 7 days. Let's get things started. I don't know if you're aware, but Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes are in this game. Andy Reid and Bruce Arians are your coaches. Travis Kelce and Gronk wear 87. Their tight ends both heading to the Hall of Fame. And you've got Tyrann Mathieu and Mike Evans, just 8 of the famous faces you're going to be seeing over the next 2 hours interviewed on this unique day here in a pandemic for the Super Bowl. And everything is going to be fantastic all week long. Looking forward to the Super Bowl at the largest age differential between quarterback starters, 18 years. And you could see Brady's 10th Super Bowl, don't you know? Mahomes' first quarterback to start in back-to-back Super Bowls at his ripe young age. And then Brady versus Mahomes. We've never seen the all-time passing yards leader against the most passing yards per game leader in NFL history ever in a Super Bowl.
I really admire Patrick for the kind of player he is. He has great command of his team. I know his teammates love playing with him. He's got great charisma. And I think when I see Patrick, I see someone who, again, was, none of these moments are too big for him. And the times that I've had a chance to talk to him off the field, certainly enjoyed it. And he's a great player. I know it's still early in his career, but, what he accomplishes ultimately is going to be up to him. He's got great opportunities, got a great skill set.
And the way he's able to dissect defenses before the snap is something that I truly admire, that I'm trying to get to that level. The way he's able to move within the pocket and to be able to reset his feet and be completely calm and still make the throw right on the money, no matter who's around him, is something that I have to continue to work on. And as I continue in my career, I'm still trying to do whatever I can to watch the tape on him, because he's doing it the right way. And you can tell by how many Super Bowl championships he has, and the rings are on his fingers.
Kay Adams, who interviewed both of them, is going to be joining us later on in this 2-hour program. But joining me right now is my Hall of Fame friend and NFL Game Day morning compadre. We're going to be spending 8.5 hours together on Super Sunday leading up to kickoff of this game, Michael Irvin. It is just, we're lucky. We're lucky. We're lucky to be alive in this time, in this day and age, with these two quarterbacks and their careers where they are playing against each other. We're going to be talking about this matchup for years to come, Michael.
Yeah, Rich, and we're going to talk. We'll talk a whole lot about it in the next week. But Rich, you opened it up and you said it right. For years to come, and that's what makes this game so incredible. Because look at how we talk about it. We talk about the greatest of all time in the NBA. And we're always talking about Jordan and LeBron James. And we'll never know, even though it's the greatest and hottest debate in professional sports, we'll never know because they never stood across from one another. Ultimately, we're looking to be talking about these two, Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes, the GOAT right now and the young GOAT who's trying to take over as being the overall GOAT. And this is a huge game from that perspective because these two will match up in the Super Bowl, and it's just incredible.
GOAT versus the kid, and both quarterbacks have some top-notch weapons at their disposals when they fade back, or in the case of Mahomes, when he rolls out and tries to make a play down the field. And that's because they've got, particularly in Kansas City, Travis Kelce and Tyreek Hill, over 2,600 combined receiving yards this season, the most in the NFL among teammates. They're the first duo with over 100 yards in both postseason games, and they've accounted for nearly 80% of the Chiefs' receiving yards in the playoffs. And Irv, you had a chance to catch it with Travis Kelce earlier today.
Rich, it's so great that you guys put those two together, because when I was getting ready to talk with him, Tyreek Hill came and put his head in, and put his head right next to Travis Kelce's head, and you can see the relationship that those two share. You can see the friendship that they share. And I asked him about, he said, I want to win so many championships with this guy, and I love him. We love playing together. And he saw all of my trophies and behind me, and he said, Michael, I only have one, but I want way more than just one. And for a whole lot of reasons, I want more than just one trophy. You have one Super Bowl. Your brother Jason, he has one Super Bowl. How important is it for you to win this Super Bowl so you can go home and have bragging rights?
Woo, Ali, you know those bragging rights at the dinner table, everything, man. And I'll tell you what, I didn't have too many of those bragging rights growing up in the house. Him being 2 years older than me, I got pushed around a little bit. Obviously, it worked out for the better, but I think this one might take the cake.
5 straight 1,000-yard seasons. Never done before by a tight end, let alone talk about done 5 times in a row. Is there any way the Bucs can stop you one-on-one?
I mean, I'm talking to a fellow guy that knows how dominant he can be. I think you got to have that confidence. You got to have that beast mentality that I cannot be stopped. I'm very fortunate, man, to be able to stay out there on the field the way I have over the past 5 years doing this, and or really throughout my career, and just very, very blessed, very fortunate to be in the position, man, because not a lot of guys get this opportunity.
I know you're a sneakerhead, man. What's your most prized sneaker?
Man, that's a good one, man. I got a lot of them on the top of the list. I think one of my favorites is definitely the Marty McFlys, man. The Back to the Futures, the Nike Air Mags that were in the original movie, I think back in 1989 or the late 80s, early 90s. I wasn't even born yet, so I don't even know when the movie actually came out, man. But I know when I saw it, I had to get a pair. I had to, and it was one of my first purchases when I got a contract in the NFL.
One last question, man. You know, a couple of years ago, we were at Pro Bowl. We all talked about it. That's when you were up and coming. And it was Gronk and Tyreek and Travis Kelce coming up to take over. You have clearly taken over that top spot. But now you got Gronk on the other side. How much have you thought about getting a chance to play against Gronk in the Super Bowl?
Well, I mean, Gronk's career has been unbelievable. Unbelievable. Is going to go down in history as one of the best players that have ever played this game. The guy is an unbelievable person, talent, you name it, man. I might be one of the biggest Gronk fans out there. It's a little bit personal, man. It's got to be that way. You know, I'm here and I'm playing this game to be the best. Keep doing what you're doing, buddy. Appreciate you taking the time. Good luck. You're the man, Mike. Have a good one, big dog.
Let me ask you a question, Michael. Let me ask you a question. How long did it take you to arrange your trophies behind you, just so where you can have it, and you're right in between 2 of the 3 of the? I mean, how long did it take you to arrange your background for today's shows?
No, listen, Rich. I just sit down and work. You know, just like any other place, you have to have a great team around you. I got Nigel. He comes in. He takes care of all of this stuff. Right. You know, so Nigel's a good man. He takes care of all that. And then I just sit down and talk, man. And what I love doing is talking, man. And like what we just saw, that guy right there, Rich.
Yes.
Rich, I'm going to tell you something, Rich. Seriously, man. When you watch the sideline and when Cole Hartman fumbled that ball, and you saw the leadership on that Kansas City sideline where Travis Kelce and then Patrick Mahomes came over. And when I saw the interaction these guys have today, I promise you, man, it makes me feel so much like what we had in Dallas. And a team and a bunch of guys that love playing together. And it's hard. I'm telling you, it's hard to beat a team with a perfect system for their talent, and they love to play together like the Kansas City Chiefs does.
So, again, it took you just a while, or again, and are those real, or are they wrapped in chocolate? Is that chocolate, or is that chocolate with wrapping around it?
No.
Are those real, Michael, behind you?
No, those are real, Rich. Those are real. And I'm even afraid to send them off and get them polished because I think somebody will send them back the phony ones. And no, I'll tell you, Nigel put that there. And then Nigel, I didn't even tell Nigel to put that national championship trophy. We're not in college. What is that national championship trophy doing out there?
What is it?
Who needs that out there? Okay. But it's up there.
What is it? Yeah, it is just, it is what it is, as they say in the NFL. That's Michael Irvin. He's with us for this 2-hour show. He's humble bragging and interviewing. That's what he's doing. Meantime, Steve Wyche is at his post already in Tampa, Florida. Steve Wyche, take it away with the latest on the game.
Well, as we kick off the week for Super Bowl 55 here in Tampa, we were greeted with a reminder that we are deeply embroiled still in this coronavirus pandemic. As Kansas City Chiefs center Daniel Kilgore and wide receiver Demarcus Robinson were placed in COVID protocols. Now, our Ian Rappaport is saying it is close contact protocol, so if they continue to test negative, they should be able to play in the big game on Sunday. That would be important for the Chiefs. Remember, both of their offensive tackles are hurt, and if Kilgore can't play, that would be a huge blow. Now, here in the city of Tampa, there are reminders everywhere about the pandemic. So
is on the air. I am your humble host, Rich Eisen, pleased to be right here on NFL Network to kick off coverage of the 19th Super Bowl NFL Network has been around for. We appreciate you spending the next 2 hours with us, and I will just say this to start the week. We hope you enjoy the weekend's music, because you're going to be hearing it a lot over the next 7 days. Let's get things started. I don't know if you're aware, but Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes are in this game.